What's going on, guys? Matt from the tuning store. Welcome back to episode 3 of Slam Sanctuary Customs involving the Honda S2000. In the last episode we did the BC Racing suspension, the ultra lows, as well as the Motegi racing wheels with the Nankang tyres as well. It's been driving a hell of a lot better since we changed all that, to be fair. There's no knocking, obviously, no noises whatsoever. It feels so firm and tight in the corners. It is lovely to drive at the moment. So that brings us on to today's episode. It's going to be going down to dips from Custom Cars for a little bit of bodywork doing, just a little bit of restoration, as well as rolling the arches. So with the last episode, doing the wheels, we realised that it's quite a strong wheel and tyre setup. It's definitely designed more for the track, and it is quite big. The tyres, they are quite chunky boys. So we have had a little bit of rubbing here and there, just going down country roads, trying to get into my garage at the flat. Best way to get it sitting a little bit lower as well is rolling the arches. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is lower sills, these corners by the wheels. So, I mean, for a 22-year-old car, overall it's really not that bad. So there's little age-related rust patches on each corner. It's not going to be a massive job, I don't think. So yeah, honestly, I think we're quite lucky. 22 years, we're only doing these lower sills. We're going to head down to Dips at Custom Cars. He's going to sort this stance out. He's going to sort out these small rust patches. He's going to get it looking good.
Let's get it jacked up, see what the score is. I know we've got 4 arches and the seals to do at least.
In one place we're going to take our cars for work like this. It's in safe hands here. Let's hand it over. Let's get started.
Honda was dropped off last week. We were only supposed to do a bit of rust on the seals, which was surface. Started poking around, and sadly there's more to it than that. It's got a few holes. They're common on the Jap cars, especially the convertible. The car's going to end up being here longer than we would have wanted. Doing a blend on the wing and spraying the core and the door. You can't actually see the new and old paint. About 3 to 4, 3 paint and a couple of dust. Okay. Same with the bumper. We've only done the sides and then we're lacquering the whole lot. The only thing left now is lay dry, flat it, polish it, do all the stone chip in the arches and wax oil and just fit it back.
What's going on, guys? We're back at Dips' place, Custom Cars, finally. You might tell by the longer hair and the longer beard. It's been here a little bit longer than we thought. We'll get into why, but first impressions looking at the S2000 is major improvements. It looks so much better. Yeah, come in, take a look. We'll show you around, see what we've done.
Long time no see.
Right. Long time no see, indeed. Yeah, should we start off with the corners? I think they were the biggest sort of bits of rust that we found initially before we started digging too deep into it.
Yeah, originally there was only scabbing on the seal.
Yeah.
Then once we dug, there was massive holes in the inner arch, lower seal, everything, both sides. Took a bit longer, but we had to make all the shapes because you can't buy nothing for it.
The more we started digging, I think the more we found, which is why it was here a couple of weeks longer than we thought.
It had a little bit of scabbing. When we started grinding it, found there was actual rust underneath everything. Yeah. So it was silly not to, so we ended up having to paint that and blend the wing. Convertible, Jap, yeah. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we wanted to make sure this was 100% because we always going to sell it after the series, so we wanted to make sure that there wasn't going to be any hidden surprises, so we did leave it here, went a little bit further, made sure everything was spot on. Before we dropped it off, I did mention that we were going to look at rolling the arches, more specifically the front, where we were having a bit of a touching fitment issue. We weren't too concerned about the back, but looking at it more closely, we've decided not to roll any of them.
If you rolled it, you would have lost the inner arch liner, and we didn't really want to go down that route just because it's become such a water trap.
I think we are going to raise it a little bit just because we do want to keep sort of that track practicality almost. We do want it to be able to be used on track if we want to. That's the sort of setup we've gone for. Like I say, the back, it wasn't too much of an issue to start with. We were looking at doing it, but it doesn't touch, it doesn't catch. So we're going to play it safe. We're not going to touch them. And yeah, the fronts, we're just going to raise it a little bit. Yeah, the headlights as well. These look great. These amazing.
They were yellowed out and they had a few chips in it.
They did. They were almost like Euro style. They were so yellowed out.
So they've been rubbed down, polished, and then lacquered all the way front and back. That way around, it shouldn't go misty again as such, and you've got protection on it.
They do look brand new. Yeah,
makes a big difference.
I think we've covered pretty much everything we've brought it in for. Yeah, dips, cheers.
No problem.
Major job. Very happy with it. So we're going to take it back to Palm now. Hope that Palm doesn't find something to shout at me about, which he normally does. Yeah, back to the office.
The sun has finally decided to show itself, so I thought what better way to celebrate than to carry on with Project S2K. I didn't want to really get involved, so I left it in the capable hands of Matt. Matt, how did we get on with the bodywork?
Was it me to do the dirty work?
Yeah.
So there was rust in both corners on both sides, to be fair, so it wasn't just the back. Took it in, there's a little bit more work than we thought needed doing. So he's done around the crash bar, underneath the back bumper. He spotted some rust on the other side of the car, just along the top of the window here.
Oh, okay.
On top of the door here, sorry. So he's repainted that, done the rust, and he's had to merge it, blend it with the front as well. The weather seal for the window on the other side, the previous owner, or the previous owner to him, I won't blame him, nice guy, had tried to glue it back together. They'd obviously taken it off before, tried to glue it back together. So we had to source one of them. Luckily it's quite easy from Honda, back order. £107.
What, just for this
just for the weather strip, yeah.
So that's another expensive part that's been replaced on this vehicle.
Absolutely, no expenses spared. But yeah, I mean, that's why we've gone sort of so deep into it, is we're always going to sell it. That was always the objective at the end of the series. So we made sure that everything we knew about, we tried to sort it. And yeah, the result from dips, we're quite happy with it.
You know, just by doing just the light lenses, it's just brought up the whole image of the vehicle, isn't it?
Very fresh, giving it a completely new sort of bill of health. But yeah, apart from that, it was quite good. So
it was a little worse than we thought, but there was no hidden surprises that gave us a heart attack.
Nothing over the ordinary for a 20-year-old car. No, we're quite happy with it.
Awesome. I think the car looks absolutely great as it is. The next stage to this now is it's going to go back in the workshop to have audio and security upgrades. So we'll finish that off in the next episode.
And a Momo wheel.
Oh, you're putting a Momo steering wheel in it?
Momo steering wheel as well.
Now remember guys, this car will be going up for sale once we've finished with it, probably in the next couple of months. So if you're in the market for an S2000, keep your eyes peeled. You never know.
Summer's here as well.
You'll be able to pick yourself up a real nice treat.